My name is athlete Haile Gebrselassie. I'm Olympic champion, 27 times world record holder. Now at the moment I'm a businessman. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is an ongoing hydroelectric generation project on the Blue Nile. Electricity and education has to go parallelly. Without electricity, I don't know what education is. In Ethiopia, among those who have access to education, many have to sit in open air to attend classes. But the worst comes at twilight. They have to study or do their homework in breathing the dark smokes of homemade gasoline lamp, to pick the dirt from their nose and clean their throat every morning. It's a gas, and it's too smoky and too hard to read, too hard to do the homework. It's called lamba in Ethiopia. Words are deceiving unless one closely investigates the facts. In Ethiopia, 60% of the population, around 66 million of the people, lacks electricity. People of Ethiopia who lives in the countryside, even the people who lives in the city, there is no clean water. Without electricity, there is no clean water. How do you filter the water without electricity? In Ethiopia, 62 million Ethiopians lack access to safe water. And on average, a girl of 60 have to go forth and back 6 kilometers to fetch a gallon of unsafe water. I'm talking about water, not clean water. In a countryside, you don't talk about the clean water. You talk only, just the water. It doesn't matter how clean or not. To get just clean water, you need to have just electricity. In the area or where I used to live, the place where I was born, electricity is a very luxury thing. Still nowadays. I live in the center of the city. There is water today, not tomorrow. I think out of 8 days, 5 days there is no water. There is just a complaint of electricity. Mostly electricity to pump the water to the city. Those pump doesn't work without electricity. In Egypt, the whole population have access to electricity. Of all African countries, surely, of all Nile Basin countries, it is only Egypt that has over 98% of its population with access to potable water. In Ethiopia, millions have to depend on wood as source of energy. They have to travel for miles to carry it back on their shoulders, later to face the heat and smoke. We had enough wood, but there is no wood at the moment. When I think about these people, I'm thinking about just what is going to be the future if the population is growing like this. This way. Well, right now we are 110 million. You never know. In 20 years, we're reaching just 150 million. What is going to be? The rest of the world, I don't know what they're thinking about Ethiopia. I don't know how many are aware of the life of the Ethiopian people. The lifestyle of the whole population here in Ethiopia, it's between in life and death. It is an unrelenting struggle for survival. Hundreds of thousands could have been saved annually or protected in their first place from dying had not been for the lack of electricity. Men have to carry pregnant women for miles searching for health facility with electricity. Many died on the road. Others have to try delivering at home due to emergency labor to face the same fate. For me, always I'm thinking about just how to eradicate poverty. Which way? We need to use our resource. Getting electricity is not a lavish Ethiopian can afford enjoying right now. It is a basic necessity. Without it, life in Ethiopia will continue in anxiety. The project will satisfy the increasing domestic demand for electricity. Ethiopia is source of the Blue Nile. These people have to use the resource. At least just to use for electricity. Ethiopia has lived in the darkness for thousands of years and still has to beg others to provide light for more than its 110 million population. Okay, forget about just maybe the international law. Let's think about the fairness. Let's be fair. History shows, however, Egypt's present fabricated accusation. Assuming the false accusation of Egypt is true and taken seriously, whose lives matter the most, Egyptians or Ethiopians? For Egypt, who keeps claiming the sole ownership of the water, it is the Egyptians. For Ethiopians, however, unlike Egypt, the life of both Egyptians and Ethiopians matter. Denying Ethiopians fair and equitable utilization of the Nile River without even affecting the quantity of the water will mean, however, giving less value to the Ethiopians' lives that keep suffering in various ways and dying in point of fact than the Egyptians. What I want to tell you, just here in Ethiopia, we are in the 21st century. The lifestyle here in Ethiopia is like 18th and 17th century. If they don't have just another problem or another question for the Egyptian or the people of Egypt, to have this dam is not a threat, it's an advantage. If we think about in the future, let's think about how to grow the volume of the water. Some of the river here in Ethiopia is drying already, dying. Now Ethiopia has to use the resource to escape from the chains of poverty. This is very important for Egyptian as well, to keep the water in Egypt, because it's a very high evaporation. And instead of storing their water here in Ethiopia, they're going to have just enough flow for the whole year. They need it. That's what I think. Not only me, even just the expert. The position of the Ethiopian government has been clearly confirmed by the final report of the International Panel of Experts. This must come to an end. I think time to help ourselves. Otherwise, this country is going to be in danger. The dam is under construction for electricity production. That is why I support the completion of this dam.